Hi everybody, it's Connie and I am live. It's Wednesday afternoon and I have a couple of awesome announcements today. But the first one is this. I am doing a card workshop in June, on June 27th. You'll get 5 card kits, card bases with envelopes, and what you need to put those cards together for $12.50. If you would like to participate, you just message me and I'll give you my PayPal account so you can pay me. It will automatically qualify you if you place a $50 before tax and shipping purchase this month. And I think that will be very easy to do because of my second announcement. So I'm going to put that up here. I am jazzed because today is the start of the special stamp sale from Close to My Heart. Let me get there. I had it all rigged up, but then I started shopping. Okay, so when you go to my webpage and click on the lines, you'll see promotions. And part of the new promotions this month is the Stamptacular. This is one of the big ones because Stamptacular is the big stamp sale, and you know, we often have the big paper sale. Sometimes we haven't seen a big ink sale for a while, so I try to make that my special once in a while. But I gotta tell you, the stamp special this time can't be beat. It's amazing. Some of the sale prices are amazing. So it starts with, there's some exclusive sets they made just for this month. It's only through June. There's some flowers, some Oriental, 4th of July, Canadian, and then one for Australia. And then it goes into all of those stamps. Look at the prices. These little cute stamps, $2.50. Could stock up on messages. I'm buying this one, this with deepest sympathy. I don't have good sympathy messages very often. There's all of those little ones, and then it goes into the larger size ones. If you are somebody who was kind of eyeballing these little buddies, look, they're $5. That's so inexpensive. And it just keeps going. So some of the $18 sets, as I'm scrolling here, some of the $18 sets are like $10. So here's some of the $15 sets for $9.50. You need to look at the sale because I already have a little list of things that I was on the fence about, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I want this. And like, this is current $9.50. So if you're a fussy cutter, you can get some great deals. If you scroll on, I'm gonna just scroll like crazy here, you start getting into the ones that have thin cuts, and I think if any sell out, it'll be the ones with thin cuts because they don't make the thin cuts in-house, but I really don't know if they'll sell out. And there's a lot of them that are a little bit older. You know, if you had your eye on this, some of the alphabet sets that are kind of expensive, full price, look at that, $12.25. What a deal. That's a deal. I use this bold marker set often. So I just wanted to kind of point out this special because this is that one that has the outline and the solid, $20. So I just want you to check it out, see if there's anything that has been catching your eye. I want to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into July in that there are some beachy pool type papers, and so any of the stamp sets that you see that have beach or pool themes are probably a good investment if you don't have any. And so this card kit set that I'm making, 5 cards for $12.50, and you get it free with a $50 before tax and shipping purchase. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is on the sale items, don't use your VIP credit. You will earn it though, so for those sets that are like whittled down to $7.50, you get an additional 15% credit for being a VIP. And if you're, I mean, just think about you're earning credits on all of those sale items that you're purchasing. So I just think that's pretty great. If you use your VIP credit towards a sale item, it will come off of the full price. So don't do it this month for those items, okay? Save your VIP credit for when you really will get your money's worth. Okay, and you might hear my cat meowing in the background like crazy because she's hungry. She didn't come out during her lunch time, and now she's out here, of course, as soon as I hit the live go button. Okay, so this is what I want to show you today. You know, the other promotion, you know, you don't have to love it to use the workshops. I just want to show you under promotions, the National Scrapbooking Month shows you that Hope and Kindness, and when you click on those items like the scrapbooking workshop, there's a link where you can download the guide, the cutting guide, and you can use it with any paper pack. You don't have to use it with this particular one. But I want to show you what I did with it because, you know, I'm not typically a flower kind of girl, but these papers, oh, wow, they are so pretty, so pretty. So I just followed the workshop guides. I didn't do anything extra. I did not put down all my photo mats because I like to have a little freedom in how I'm going to arrange my photos. And so this is layout 1. The cardstock comes with this white, it's like craft, and it has this white texture. It's kind of cool to see. It looks like you did like a paint swash on it. It's really kind of cool. And then these are just cuts and stickers, and there's some doilies added too, but boy, you wouldn't have to add the doilies. You don't have to buy the doilies. I'm not always a doily person, but the doilies are pretty cool for cards. This is, I mean, this is a big item here. This is a good 5.5 inches up to close to 6. I should get out my ruler on that. And you can see in the workshops, a lot of the doilies that were used were cut or colored. And then there's a small one as well. So you can see there's a combination of small doilies and large doilies throughout my pages and through the workshop, but you don't have to add them. They look great without it. When you're storing your doilies, when you're storing these die cuts, you can put that center right in there, and if you cut this, it's 6 by 6, so it will fit right in there with all of your stamp sets. Wherever you're storing your stamp sets, it'll slide right in as well. You don't need this giant magnet mat. So I just wanted to tell you that little tip because that's how I'm storing mine right now. Okay, put that aside. I think this is gorgeous. I feel like I'm just doing more or less a layout share today, but I just can't help it. I think these are so pretty. This one has strips of the craft cardstock with strips of the peach cardstock with the stripes. Now just imagine, you know, you could use that with anything. I could recreate this with fresh paint, Tutti Frutti, anything that has kind of all over patterns will look just fine. And if you're even a bigger paper saver, you could even cut these like I did and, you know, just put the edges on where it shows, because your photo mats will be covering the center. So that even saves you more paper that you can use on another project or a card. And you might have noticed, like during the club project this month, I used this paper to make your cards. See, there's a doily that's just been colored blue. I just think they're really pretty. This one's been sponged with papaya ink. The little shapes, the little craft colored shapes, there's quite a few of them on this page. There's here and here. There's little stars and leaves and hearts and tabs. So there's quite a few here on these pages, and basically it's a sheet that comes like this. Close to My Heart has started making these in-house. They have a laser cutter, and it's like it's not exactly chipboard. You've probably had something now. It's a super duper thick cardstock, which they're calling paperboard, which I think that's a more accurate term than chipboard. And that makes them very thin, which is perfect for cards. What I like about this particular one, I bought an extra, I didn't buy an extra paper pack, but I bought an extra one of these sheets because the images on it are super usable for a lot of different projects. And just, you know, circles and hearts and a couple butterflies. There's some flowers, the leaves, just a little asterisk, the word sweet, hello. These are things, happy. These are things that can be used on cards or layouts, and they're pretty generic for using on other projects. So, okay, next layout. So this one, I have pictures already picked out for, but I just didn't get them put on before I went live. But what I really love is that when you look at these cutouts, these are cut out from the paper. It's just a fussy cut of the flowers, and then they are popped on there a little bit, and they look really beautiful. So if you don't have the stickers, there's several of the layouts that have cutouts if you don't mind a little fussy cutting. Just an idea. And just imagine this paper or this pattern in a different paper. That's what I'm like, go download that guide before the end of the month so that you have cards, and the layouts are generic enough for almost any paper. So I had these random pictures of my cousin when she first met her husband, and then just a random picture here and there through the years. And I thought this would be a really neat layout just to kind of show that order. Their anniversary was not too long ago. And so I love the squares on this. These are just patterned squares going around it and duplicated on the second page. Here I stamped directly onto the page using the Daisy alphabet. This is a really simple alphabet to use. It's very straight. All the lines at the bottom are pretty easy to line up without drawing lines. And so I just put this onto white cardstock and added it. Okay. The next page, This one I didn't think I would ever use because it's just not my style. It's, you know, a lot of flowers. It says the word beautiful, which I don't like my pages to have too many identifiers that say that are more feminine or more masculine. I like to have my pages a little more open to whatever I want to use them for. And I gotta be honest, I'm tired of the better together saying that's been so popular during this pandemic. But this layout, I went ahead and I made it just the way it was shown in the workshop. And it was perfect for my nephew's family pictures. And just more of the fussy cut flowers here. And just beautiful. This just beautiful. I would say of all of them, this one was a trickier one to cut out just because there's an angle cut right here. And it was not tricky. I mean, they show you exactly how to do it. I love it. More of the chipboard pieces here. And I just have to journal and I'm done with that page. It's so nice. It went so nicely with those photos. Okay, here is my last layout I wanted to show you. My cousin's daughter had a homecoming dance in 2021, and I had some pictures that I had printed off of Facebook because since we did not get together during the pandemic, I feel like their kids are just like growing up before my eyes, and I have a book of the Chile side of my family, and this is going to be beautiful for that. And look how perfect. There's hardly any blue in the layout. The color that this is Harbor, which is like it can be greenish, it can be bluish. And I realize on screen it looks very blue, but it's a dark, rich color. I just love it. Here again, I stamped directly on here using that Daisy alphabet, and I was able to use up those pictures that I've had sitting around for a little while and didn't know whether I would use or not. And look how amazing that layout looks. It's just so gorgeous. I just love it. So those are Hope and Kindness layouts. That's the workshop. This is what I had left. And even after I made your cards, I think there was one page I didn't make because I used the paper to make cards for you guys. It was like a stripy paper. And part of the workshop, or part of the paper pack, is a sheet of cut aparts like this where it's solid on the back with cut aparts. And so I saved a few that had, you know, like cut apart pieces so that I could make more cards if I wanted, or I could do more pages. So I think that's pretty cool. I've put on a couple of layouts. I just wanted to show you a little more close up. This is the one that I sent to you all in, sorry, my lights are glaring bad on here. There, I'm gonna just make it dark. So this is the layout that I sent to my hostess club, and this was the page where I showed you how to stamp on your own and outline with a marker. And this stamp set, this is one of the sale stamp sets, just saying, the stamp sets are on sale, so is this, and it's a great price. And so this is a nice stamp set because you get two. You get the solid inside and the stitched black outline outside. And if you do stamp with that, I recommend stamping the black first and then going over it with the colors. But I really thought my little niece is one of the boldest personalities. She's very very outgoing and very bold in her colors that she wears, and this paper was perfect for her. And she just graduated. There's her graduation photo. So I thought this was a perfect page for that. I don't know how you're all using it, but I hope you found a good use for it. I'm shocked at how many pictures I found work on this paper. I really need to like get more done on that. I'll probably do that in another live. This is another one that I popped on there as a picture one day. I might be able to turn my light back on. It's nice to have some light, but wow, that glare is a lot. So what's nice about this is a stamped set that I colored. You do not need to have the thin cuts on that. That is not a hard cutout to do. And then the other stamp in it is this one, which is not hard to cut out. So if you don't want to buy it with thin cuts, you're not really missing out on too much, I think. Sometimes I think we buy the thin cuts out of convenience, but I don't always use them because it's so fast just to cut. I love these pictures. These are pictures, again, taken during the pandemic, and I stamped directly onto the background up here. I used some of the dots. These are the Cake Day dots. They work with the Tutti Frutti paper for sure. And then this is a PML card, and this is a PML card that I cut into a tag shape. And so it was just sort of a fun layout, and I just wanted to show you some of the things that I had made using some of the things from this month, and I wanted to tell you about the specials. So if you get a moment to pop on, here is the stamp of the month. It is amazing. I just want you to know, every time I've used it, I have been cutting apart this is a new one. I got a second one. I'm not sure why. If anybody wants this, I'll sell it for $5. If you want it, let me know. But basically, I cut mine apart so I could use the words separately. Then I have a whole bunch of little words that I can just scatter. And these images could be cut apart as well, or you could fussy cut them once you stamp them on paper. I just think, some of these little icons, the little camera and the photos, some of these could just be cut apart, and then you have all these small, like 1-inch size stamps that you could use on a ton of stuff. And that was the other thing. I wanted to prove to myself that I could make one of these magic cards without botching it up. I felt like when I showed you guys how to do it, it was like, oh my gosh, it looked so hard. And so this one was much easier, much quicker. And I used the Stamp of the Month set, so that's what I put. I put a little kind of video play of me opening and closing that one on the site, but you can see I stamped it once on the cardstock, once on the acetate, and I colored it on the cardstock. So the little slider piece in the middle just separates it until you raise the curtain, and reveal the cool coloring. So there are a lot of really fun ideas with this one, and I hope you don't miss out. But if you don't want to place an order this month, but you want the Stamp of the Month, let me know, because I do have this one. $5 plus tax. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I know everybody's really busy in the middle of summer doing all kinds of stuff. Don't forget about my card class that I have coming up. This will be on Facebook, and it will be saved. So if you can't do it on June 27th, no big deal. You can watch it later and put the cards together yourself. It will be quick and easy, but fun folds. All right. Thank you.